Tonight's game brought to you locally by Metro Community FCU, Food Fair, Ashland Milling Company, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby, Community Trust Bank, Toyota of Ashland, McLeod's Body Shop, Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, Giovanni's Wholesale, Kentucky Farmers Bank, Primary Plus, Desco Federal Credit Union, and Putnam Stadium Restoration. And now with our football action, the legendary Dickie Martin.
Good evening, everybody. From Jim Matney Field here at Johnson Central High School, welcome to the district championship tonight as the Tomcats take on the Golden Eagles of Johnson Central for the 16th time tonight. Ashland and Johnson Central will be competing for the district championship in 4A starting in 2005, the only time Ashland and Johnson Central did not compete for the district championship were 2007 when Ashland was out of contention at 2-8, and in 2019 to 2022 when the two schools were in different classes, Ashland in 3A and Johnson Central in 4A. And let's be honest here, both of the schools had state championships in that stretch, so had they been in the same district, it probably would have been a matchup again. The Tomcats come in with a record of 6-2, having won 5 in a row, including 3-0 in district play. Meanwhile, Johnson Central comes in with a record of 9-0, 3-0 in district play. The Tomcats had an off week last week, as a prior week on October 10th. They played at Boyd County, defeating the Lions 48-7. Johnson Central, also on the road, would defeat Greenup County last week on the 17th by a score of 48-14. The two schools last met on October 25th of last year, which was a back-and-forth thriller to say the least, as Ashland would win 41-36 in a historical performance as LeBryant Strader threw 6 touchdown passes, including the game winner. Who could forget that historic return by Braxton Jennings, which later set up the pass from Strader to Duckweiler to connect for the district championship. And the last meeting at Johnson Central came 2 seasons ago when Johnson Central would pick up a 36-33 win at home. The Golden Eagles have an advantage in the overall series, having won 17 of 25 matchups. We're going to take a break shortly and come back. We'll have Chad Tackett, head coach of the Tomcats, here on 97.9 The River.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe your money should give you choices. That's why we've created My Choice accounts, checking, cashback, and savings designed to match the way you live. Whether you're focused on building savings, managing your day-to-day spending, or planning ahead for the future, My Choice gives you the ability to do it your way. Take control and make choices that fits you best. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
School's back, and so is the routine. Food Fair is here to help make mealtime easier with Food Club and Craven Flavor Snacks. Perfect for breakfast, lunchboxes, or quick dinners on the go. From hearty breakfast options to after-school treats, these exclusive brands deliver the taste your family loves without busting your budget. At Food Fair, we're committed to affordable quality. That means snacks and meal solutions that work as hard as your family does. Shop smart this school year. Delightfully local, deliciously fresh. Only at Food Fair.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
Presenting A Gain Flings Love Story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
You're listening to Ashland Tomcat Football on 97.9 The River.
I'm with Coach Chad Tackett. Chad coming in tonight against Johnson Central, an emotional game coming up. something you remember on his legacy that he leaves? You think of Ashland football, Ashland basketball, you think of Doug Payne and Dickie Martin, and
those two names will go down in history. And losing a figure like Dickie, he was so supportive of our program. Dirk was the basketball guy and Dickie was the football guy, and there'll never be another one like him. He was the best at what he did. He was a great supporter of our program. He knew all the kids. I've been here going on almost 20 years, and there's not been a season he didn't know every kid on the team. And he was just a phenomenal person. I know he was an Ashland homer, as he should have been, but he was just a phenomenal person. If you were his friend and on his side, he had your back. And it's still hard to believe that he's not with us anymore. And it's just been a punch in the gut for us as a program and community, and and of course, obviously the Martin family.
Mm-hmm. And coming in tonight, Johnson Central, a team that is undefeated, ranked number 2 in 4A in the RPI. What will be important for this team tonight?
Well, I think we got, first and foremost, you got to play good defense and try to slow down their rushing attack. And I don't think anybody has stopped them and stopped the rushing attack. But what you got to try to do is slow it down and get a few possessions where you can get a few punts and make them punt the ball and gain a few possessions for your offense. Because if you don't, they'll just keep the ball away from you and chew up clock and chew up yardage, and that's their motto of how to beat people, and they try to run behind that big offensive line. So I think great defense is first and foremost. I think second, we got to be able to move the chains and have an effective ground game and be able to throw the ball when we need to and complete some passes and get the ball downfield. So the better success we have on offense, we keep their offense off the field.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the offense, Coach, and the offense has been successful this year, of course, as the number 3 team in 4A in rushing, and we've had some good passes thrown. You look at Boyd County, had a couple third down conversions through the air, and it's not so much that it seems like we haven't been able to throw. It's just that we haven't had to because of the running game being so dominant.
Yeah, you're breaking in, 2 new quarterbacks, and I think we decided to hang our hat on the rushing game and early on, and our offensive line has gotten better each week. So I think it's okay to know what your strengths are, and until our young guys, our quarterbacks develop and you can get better, and they have. And I think the passing game is just something that's there that will continue to get better as we progress through this season and into next season and the year after that. So really pleased with where we're at offensively. But on the flip side of that, Johnson Central's rush defense is very, very good, and they've had a good job holding opponents to negative yardage and not letting teams run on them. So I think for us, we have to be able to move the ball and have to be able to run the ball in order to win.
And when it comes to the line, typically Johnson Central is known for that huge line up front that it's somewhat intimidating just watching them in that wishbone. But when you look at the line this year, our line, and this may be the best line, and you've had some good lines in your time coaching here, but this might be the best and one of our better lines I think we've had overall. Talk about them and how they stack up with Johnson Central.
Yeah, I think this year's line's been a good mix of kids that, one, they play well together. They're a tight-knit group. They're a very smart group in the classroom. They're just smart kids, all of them. And then they got a little bit of physicality and nastiness to them. And they've taken pride in being nasty and being aggressive up front. So they've got a good mix of a little bit of everything. And we've had good pieces here and there in years past, but we've never had a group of 5 that just had a little bit of everything. And I think that probably is what sets them apart from some of the lines we've had here in the past years. So, they're doing a good job, and they still have a lot of room for improvement. So, I'm really proud where those guys are at.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. All the best tonight. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Tomcat football action on 97.9 The River.
We're back, and I want to take the opportunity to say, first off, at Johnson Central, I want to thank the PA announcer here, George Salyers. I want to thank Alex Green, my good friend, and Coach Jesse Peck, and they are going to honor Dickie Martin in about a minute. And to say the emotion tonight, Dickie helped me get through the loss of my father 5 years ago, was just so instrumental in that, and such a strong Christian man that if you went around and asked people who knew Dickie, you would hear a lot of stories like mine. And what a legend he was in broadcasting, the best to ever do it, in my opinion. He's in 2 Hall of Fames, one in Kentucky, and highly regarded both in Ashland and around the state. Was a great friend to so many Tomcats coming up. You knew as a player here, and I graduated 06, you knew he had your back out there. He didn't always tell you what you wanted to hear, but he had your back. And Dickie in this life will be sorely missed. And I just think of what Jason May said being in his office, and about, this was in 2020, and actually shortly after I was telling him everything, and talked about how when somebody passes on, that we're like an ambassador for them. And I know Dickie's voice and his skill set, all of that is irreplaceable. But as people, when those of us that knew Dickie Martin can certainly replicate his kindness, can replicate his ability to go the extra mile to serve others that he had, and just do our very best to live the way Dickie did. And what a great man, and somebody I'll forever be glad to call a friend. We are getting ready now, that's PA announcer George Salyers ready to announce. We are going to have a moment of silence shortly.
Dickie Martin was a name not only known throughout Ashland community, but across the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky. He was a true legend in high school athletics broadcasting, a familiar and passionate voice that defined Tomcat sports for generations. For more than 50 years, Dickie called Ashland Paul Blazer football and basketball with unmatched enthusiasm, dedication, and pride. His passing and broadcasting career was shaped by 3 icons of the profession. His father, Dick Martin, who became the voice of the Tomcats in 1952 after relocating the family from Huntington, West Virginia, to Ashland, Kentucky. University of Kentucky legend Haywood Ledford, and Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer Marty Brenneman. When Dickie officially took over as the voice of the Tomcats in 1975, he carried forward a proud tradition with his own unique spirit and energy. It's safe to say some of his fondest memories were painted in the maroon and white of the Tomcats, under the Friday night lights of Putnam Stadium, and within the walls of Anderson Gymnasium. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and join us in a moment of silence as we honor one of the all-time greats in high school sports broadcasting and a true legend of Ashland Paul Blazer High School, Mr. Dickie Martin. Thank you. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Superintendent
Very nice tribute by George Salyers, the Johnson Central PA announcer. And we are going to take a break here here shortly and come back. You're listening to 97.9 The River.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located at 230 16th Street in Ashland, is a great place to go for scrumptious home-style cooking and a friendly family atmosphere. Choose from a menu featuring yummy breakfast, tasty soups, salads, sandwiches, and entrees, and don't miss their mouth-watering daily specials. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., closed on Sunday. Come on down and enjoy a delicious home-cooked meal at Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, 230 16th Street in Ashland.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe your money should give you choices. That's why we've created My Choice accounts. Checking, cashback, and savings designed to match the way you live. Whether you're focused on building savings, managing your day-to-day spending, or planning ahead for the future, My Choice gives you the flexibility to do it your way. Take control and make choices that fits you best. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
An excellent job by the Golden Eagle Marching Band for the performance of the national anthem. Love it. My old Kentucky home playing, and we're going to take a break and come back shortly. We're about 10 minutes from the opening kickoff. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Join Jose Andreas and Marshall University President Brad D. Smith Wednesday, October the 29th at the Joan C. Edwards Playhouse for a thought-provoking conversation with a celebrity chef, author, and internationally recognized humanitarian and co-creator of World Central Kitchen. For tickets, call Marshall Artist Series at 304-696-6656 or Ticketmaster.com. This event proudly sponsored by Kendra Communications.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
Here's another Kendra Communications Community Chatter. The 25th annual Sunday Dinner with Broncos benefiting the Cerrito Volunteer Fire Department is going to be October 26th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The cost is $8 for dinner, and again, the proceeds go to the Cerrito Volunteer Fire Department.
This Kendra Communications Community Chatter brought to you by BrodyNash.com, Century 21's top realtor since 2015, proudly serving West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky. BrodyNash.com, real estate expertise you can trust. You're listening to Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
We're back here on 97.9 The River. Tyler Rowland here, and we're getting ready at about 7:36 until the opening kickoff. The Tomcats coming out onto the field here at Jim Matney Field at Johnson Central High School. A good crowd tonight. Nice weather. Nice little breeze outside. As Chad Tackett, head coach of the Tomcats in his fourth season, comes in a record of 36-11 at Ashland, 65-27 overall. Jesse Peck, head coach of the Golden Eagles, also in his fourth season, has a record of 35-11. Both these programs tradition heavy, and Coach Peck and Tackett won against each other. The Ashland having 12 state championships and Johnson Central 2. The Ashland finished as runner-up in 1972, and Johnson Central has finished as runner-up in 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2021. Playoffs start 2 weeks from now, which will be the 21st, hard to believe for Johnson Central, the 21st straight appearance, the 18th straight for Ashland, as Johnson Central 51-23 in playoff games. Ashland 56-43. Ashland ended their season last year losing 42-7 at Corbin in the regional final. Meanwhile, Johnson Central lost 14-13 to Covington Catholic in the regional semifinals. Johnson Central finished 8-4. The Tomcats 11-2. This year, Ashland 6-2, Johnson Central 9-0. There are three common opponents in between the two, one being Lloyd County. Ashland won 48-7 on October 10th. Johnson Central defeated them 21-14 on September 30th. Another one, the Greenup County Musketeers. Ashland defeated them 35-21 on September 26th. Johnson Central 48-7 on October 24th. Rowan County, the third, which both won handily against. Ashland 54-0 on October 3rd, and Johnson Central 63-6 on October 10th. Johnson Central, the number 2 ranked team in 4A behind Boyle County. They were actually number 1 until last week when Boyle County, and Johnson Central didn't lose, but Boyle County improved to 7-1, and then the RPI overtook Johnson Central at that point, as now Ashland sending out their captains to midfield. As I see that is number 33, Brandon McGee, out there. Number 3, Sam Lyons. That's number 42, James Crace. And number 0, Dylan Duckweiler, is coming out for Johnson Central. That's number 55, Trey Davis, the senior. No, that's number 65, Isaac Adkins. Number 70, Dylan Peck. And number 21, Dalton Matney. Dalton Matney, the son of former Johnson Central coach Jim Matney, who sadly passed away in 2021. Matney, who won state championships in 2016 and 2019. As the players are meeting at midfield, Ashland wearing white jerseys with maroon trim. Johnson Central coming in black jerseys, their home jerseys with white and gold trim. And the guys are shaking hands. Coaches Peck and Tackett meeting up. And what a game this is going to be. And the key for Ashland, you're looking at Johnson Central. It's no secret every year. You know exactly what they're going to do. The last time that Johnson Central did not lead 4A in rushing was, I believe, 2017. It's been that long. Every year they have led 4A in rushing. No different this year as they average 360 yards a game. This Ashland team, as we're about 340 until the kickoff, this Ashland team a little bit different this year. Sure, they usually can run it, but Ashland now number 3 in 3A, just a yard per game behind Franklin Simpson in rushing this season. What a dominant push they've had up front, led by Cam Davis. You have Brody Simpkins and Trey Taylor averaging 10 yards a carry. Meanwhile, Johnson Central has 2 in particular, Logan Music, number 28, and number 22, Braxton Perry, who both average both are pushing 1,000 yards, have 10 touchdowns, and average around 10 yards per carry. They are good and fast. As the coin toss is done, and Ashland wins the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So the team's shaking hands. Ashland wins the coin toss and deferring to the second half. So Johnson Central will open up with the football. But the thing about Johnson Central, you know almost everything they're going to do. They're coming out in the wishbone formation. They're going to try to run it right down your throat. They have a big physical offensive line that just pounds you the whole game. Stopping it, on the other hand, is, even though you know everything they're going to do, stopping it is easier said than done. And that's one thing you have to watch with them, is you have to find a way to get a couple stops, and that's not easy to do. They lead 4A in rushing, and people forget just last year they had Covington Catholic down 13-0 in the playoffs before Cov Catholic would come back and defeat them 14-13, and then they would pull a historical upset against Boyle County in the next round. But a lot on the line tonight. The winners, these two teams will have home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs no matter what. What is at stake is, of course, the district championship and seeding. The winner of this will get a minimum of 2 home games, as they will be the number 1 seed in the district. The team that loses likely will be going on the road to cut Highlands in the second round. And here come the Tomcats as they break huddle and they run over. Johnson Central coming out tonight, and as they break huddle, and oh, what a crowd on hand. Great travel, great fan base that's traveled a distance to support the Tomcats. About an hour drive to get over to Coach Jim Matney Field and Johnson Central. As we're just under 2 minutes until the start of this one, but want to give some shout-outs before we get started. My good friend Chris Pullum, thinking of you, man, and big congratulations this week. Chris, who was on for the soccer game this week, and of course, the Ashland soccer team, congratulations to them for advancing to the state semifinals. They will play tomorrow against Bryan Station at 4 o'clock as they defeated OBI 2-1 this week. Meanwhile, the volleyball team under Coach Jason Clark won the district over Boyd 3-1 this week. A big congratulations to them as well, as Johnson Central now getting ready to take the field. The Golden Eagles are coming out. They will be going left to right on your dial. And Ashland coming out. There's Barnett to kick, as the Eagles will send back. That will be number 0, J.D. Morris, the senior, and number 9, Rylan Kelsey, the freshman, to return for them. Ashland has number 83, Troy Barnett, getting ready to kick off for them. As we're about 25 seconds until the kickoff. What energy here at Coach Jim Matney Field. District championship tonight between two of the best in Eastern Kentucky. And both teams looking to make a deep run in what is a loaded 4A class top to bottom, it feels like. I mean, I know just a couple years ago, I think it was Boyd County might have finished as a 4 seed in the district, and they were a top 15 team in 4A. That's how tough this. I know Ashland picked up and Johnson Central both picked up big wins against Greenup and Boyd, but that shows how deep this district is. They have improved much, and Rowan can always sneak up on somebody as Barnett to kick off here shortly. And here we go. Kicks up, and it's caught. It's going to go way back into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So Johnson Central will start 1st and 10 from the 20. We'll certainly take that tonight as a nice kick from Barnett, high, deep, and back into the end zone. So the Tomcats will have it now. The Golden Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Starting out on offense, their quarterback, number 1, that's Austin Sloan, the junior, leading the way. He had a touchdown run late against the Tomcats last year. They're going to come out. They're going to start in a broken bone formation. 2 backs. Morrow with the fullback. They give it to Braxton Perry. First play, big hole, 30 up to the 35-yard line. Braxton Perry, who recently got back from injury for the Golden Eagles, and they will have it actually about the 34-yard line. First down, 11:45 to go in the first quarter. Perry, who hit it on the right side. The Tomcats had it clogged, but there was a hole on the left. He cut back, got to the 34. Perry, very quick, averages 10 yards a carry on the season and has 10 scores. I formation now for Johnson Central. Perry at the tailback position. They get it up the middle. He's going to get 3 about. So Braxton Perry gets his second carry, and I imagine he's going to, you will hear his name early and often tonight. Perry actually gets about 4. So it's going to be 2nd and 6, 11:11 to go here first quarter. As they are on their own 38 as Johnson Central. As Sloan coming back out with the play for the Golden Eagles. But Perry is back, as is number 48, Dylan LeMaster, who is one of their leading tacklers who's been injured. And they're going with a broken bone. Perry off to the left, Morrow at fullback, wing on the right. They go to, or no, that's Music, I'm sorry. He gets it right side. He's going to plow his way for 5 or 6 and probably a first down for the Golden Eagles, and they signal the movement of the chains. So Logan Music, who has given this team fits historically, Music, who had a couple of long kickoff returns last year against Ashland, and it's a fresh set of downs for Johnson Central with 10:26 to go first quarter, no score. They have it at their own 44. Sloan coming back out with the play, as so far they've picked up 23 yards on the ground as they're going 3 backs this time. That's Music and that's Perry at the tailback position, Morrow at the fullback. They fake it to Morrow. Perry gets it, 50, 45, 40, 30, 25, and he's brought down by Ervante Taylor, who gets there just in time. But they faked it up the middle, and to Morrow, which they love to do, that second back through play has been a hard one for Ashland over the years. And Perry, now that's a gain of 37 in the third, first down for Johnson Central, as they'll have it 1st and 10 on the Ashland 20 as they get in the red zone. 9:47 to go, first quarter, no score. Johnson Central on the Ashland 20. Wishbone again. They go to Perry left side. He gets a big hole in 10 yards and a first down. Perry with 4 carries to start it off as Johnson Central just gashes Ashland on that left side. And that is number that is Davis on the tackle as Johnson Central comes back out. Their 4th first down. They are on the Ashland 8. No score, 9:20 to go first quarter. It's handed off to Morrow up the middle. He's going to plow his way for 3 or 4. Johnson Central getting a huge push early up front as Morrow, who ran for 100 on the Tomcats as a sophomore 2 seasons ago, gets his first carry. And Morrow has been, you won't see him much on the stat sheet because he has been hurt much of the year. They have had injuries all season. Had the Golden Eagles. Wishbone formation. Morrow, Music, and Perry in the backfield. 2nd and goal from the 4. It's handed off to Perry. They're getting it to him on the left side. He's pushing the pile. He gets close, and he's into the end zone. So Johnson Central starts out with a 3-minute, 13-second drive to get to the end zone. Braxton Perry, who has been hurt from the past couple games, has 70 yards for Johnson Central. They just go right down 80 yards to get the score. And now will come out for the PAT. It's going to be number 90, Mason Bentley, to kick. Bentley kicking around 68% on the year, but he has done better in recent games as Bentley gets ready. 6-0 Johnson Central, 8:47 first quarter. High snap, kicks up, and just through the uprights, low, but got it. So Johnson Central takes a 7-0 lead. We're going to take a break and come back here on 97.9 The River.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-885-1155. 800-885-1155. Again, that's 800-885-1155.
Tomcat football action on 97.9 The River.
Johnson Central scores first on a 4-yard run from Braxton Perry as Ashland has it on the kick return, 20-25, and Woodman will get tackled about the 26-yard line. So Johnson Central goes right down 80 yards and 7 plays. And now the Tomcats will have a chance to respond. 8:43 to go in the first quarter. They trail 7-0 against the Golden Eagles. And will come out going left to right on your dial, as that's going to be, they're going to come out in shotgun. That'll be 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. That's Hughes and Davis in the backfield. Simpkins on the left side at the H-back position. Tomcats on their own 28, 1st and 10, trailing 7-0 here early. Davis, big hole right side. He gets through and gets about 5. They got him, hooked him up just as he was about to squirt through there. Cam Davis, his first carry. Number 57, Drew Ferguson, gets the tackle. Or Nichols gets the tackle for them, as now that's going to be a gain of 3. Ashland back on the line. That's going to be Davis and in the backfield, Simpkins at the H-back, 2 wideouts to the left side. Shotgun, 2nd and 6. Tomcats on their own 32. And it's handed to Davis. He's met in the backfield. So that's going to be a loss of 2 for the Tomcats. 3rd and 8 coming up. And as we expected, we knew that Ashland was probably going to have to pass the ball some tonight to win. And again, Ashland, an underrated passing team. I think we'll see how they come out in this situation. 7:49 to go first quarter. They trail Johnson Central 7-0 on their own 29-yard line. They need to get to their own 37 to get the first down. 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the right. As one back, Simpkins back there with Hughes. He rolls to the left. He fires, and just over the head of Davis. And that will make it 4th and 8 Tomcats. 7:32 to go in the first quarter. Ashland will punt. So now Cam Davis to come out and punt formation to the Tomcats, who trail 7-0 here in the first quarter. Their last drive for Johnson Central, 80 yards on 7 plays. Davis lined up about his own 18-yard line. Johnson Central sends out, I believe that's Kelsey, the freshman, back to return. 4th and 8 coming up for the Tomcats on their own 29. They trail 7-0 here in the first quarter. Davis to punt. And whistles blow. Looks like a timeout called. So a timeout called, and that is the case. Ashland takes their first timeout here with 7:32 to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. Right now, if you're just turning in, Johnson Central up 7-0, and it's all been on the ground as usual. The number one team in rushing in 4A picks up Braxton Perry with runs of 13, 37, 12, 4, and a touchdown run of 4 yards to cap off that first drive to put Johnson Central ahead. As now the Tomcats, I'm not sure what that timeout was about. Ashland coming out, and they're putting the punting unit back in. As that actually number 0, J.D. Morris, the senior, back to return for Johnson Central. Davis lined up at the 18 to punt. And it's high and low kick hits the Johnson Central, or hits their 45-40 and bounces back to about the 42. So the Golden Eagles will start with it 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line coming up. Right now it's 7-0 as Johnson Central leads Ashland, 7:22 to go in the first quarter. And the Golden Eagles will come out. We'll see how Ashland adjusts after that first drive against that wishbone. They ran more broken, but they got in the wishbone a couple times, but ran more broken bone sets that first drive. We'll see what they do here on the second. They'll start with it. Actually, it's going to be about their 39 where the ball is spotted. So it'll be 3 backs. That's going to be Perry, Music, and Logan Morrow at the fullback. Wishbone formation for Johnson Central. It's a toss right side to Music, and he's going to get 1 or 2 wrapped up, and a flag comes down. We'll see what the official call is. We'll see who gets that. That was Ben Ream on the tackle. Penalty flag down, and they're going to wave it off. So no penalty. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Golden Eagles on their own 41-yard line. As Ashland, not a lot of luck. The last time Ashland won here was in 2001, a 38-14 lead with, or 38-14 win with Arliss Beach and Company. Is now the Golden Eagles coming out, and they're going to go 3 backs. That's Perry and Music at the tailback, Morrow at the fullback. 2nd and 8 on their own 42. They fake it, or no, they give it to Morrow up the middle, and he's going to gain about 2. So 3rd and 6 coming up for the Golden Eagles, as they'll spot it on their own 44-yard line. The 3rd and 6 coming up for Johnson Central as they lead 7-0 with 6:55 to go in the first quarter. They need to get to their own 49-yard line to get the first down. As that's going to be Sloan coming out at quarterback, and they will go to this time. They're going to stay with the 3 backs, Perry and Music in the tailback positions, Morrow at fullback. They fake it to Morrow, hand it off. This time Perry to the outside. He's brought down by Sam Lyons before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Actually a loss of about a half yard, and Johnson Central will now have it about 4th and a long 6, you could say, on their own 43, getting ready to punt. So good job on the outside by Lyons. That was good pursuit, and that's how you have to be against Johnson Central. I mean, they just overwhelm you with all that size, and you have to be disciplined getting to the outside. Their backs have good athletic ability, but they're so disciplined with their reads. Johnson Central punting. It goes back, hits the Ashland 25. Cam Davis back, and he is away from punt by number 1, Austin Sloan, the junior, and Ashland will take over 1st and 10 on their own 25, about the 28, trailing 7-0 with 5:51 to go in the first quarter. So the Tomcats get a stop defensively, and to do against Johnson Central, that's what you have to do. Johnson Central, who scored on an 80-yard, 7-play drive on the first drive of the game to go up 7-0 against the Tomcats, as they're going to have it 1st and 10 on their own 28 starting out. As now that's going to be Hughes at quarterback with Davis and Taylor in the backfield with him. 2 backs, and Simpkins lined up on the right side at the H-back position. Davis goes in motion to the right flat, and they hand it off to Taylor, and he's met in the backfield. Taylor, a speedy back, averaging around 10 yards a carry, but it's tough to do that when you get mauled as soon as you get the ball. So that's going to be a loss of 2. And that was I saw number 48, Dylan LeMaster back there. And again, LeMaster, who's been hurt this year back, as it's going to be 2nd and 12 coming up for the Tomcats. 5:23 to go first quarter. 7-0 Johnson Central. Shotgun, trips right, one wide out to the left, back to the right. That looks like Simpkins back there. They send Davis in motion from the wide out position to the left side. Hughes drops back. Johnson Central rushing for it. He goes deep. Duckweiler tries to get him. It's tipped up, and that was covered well by number 0, J.D. Morris. He was stride for stride with him. A high pass by by Hughes, but Duckweiler covered nicely, and I could understand that after last year, as now it's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up for the Tomcats. So far, Ashland not a first down on their second possession, as they have it 3rd and 12 on their own 28. They have to get to their own, actually about their own 26. They have to get to their own 28 to get the first down here. Shotgun, twins wide outs as Hughes takes it in the backfield. There's Johnson Central rushing for Hughes under pressure. He's going to roll out, and he's brought down by number 48, LeMaster, who gets back there and gets him. They covered that pretty well, and now a big loss for Ashland. They get sacked about the 13-yard line, and that's going to make it 4th down coming up as the Tomcats trail 7-0 with 4:38 to go here in the first quarter. So Cam Davis will line up right about the goal line to punt for the Tomcats. So that a big loss for the Tomcats, as now Davis will punt. That's going to be number 0, Morris, lined up at the 50 to return. It's snapped back. Davis gets it, and a higher punt. It goes to about Morris gets out of the way, hits the Ashland 41, 45, rolls back to the 50 at the Johnson Central 48. And with 4:10 to go in the first quarter, Ashland trailing 7-0 will go back on defense, as the Eagles will try to come back out and continue to move the football like they have. Ashland having some trouble moving the ball on their first 2 drives. Their only gain, a 4-yard run by Davis. So far, 2 of their 3 runs have been for losses. Hughes 0 for 2 through the air right now and sacked once. Johnson Central coming out, broken bone, as that's Music lined up on the right side. Morrow at fullback. They hand it up off to Music on the left, and he's going to take it for about 8. Oh. And that's Cam Davis who gets in there, and that'll be a gain of maybe 9. Yeah, about 9. So Music at on his 3rd carry. It's 2nd and 1, Johnson Central from the Ashland 43. 3:44 to go. Johnson Central leading Ashland 7-0. Looking to continue to move the football as they're coming right back to that. Now they're going to do the flex bone set. So Morrow's at fullback. Left wing is Music. Right wing is Perry. As they're lined up behind the tight ends, they go to Morrow up the middle, and he gets about 4 or 5 and a first down for the Golden Eagles. So that's the 5th first down right now, all on the ground. Johnson Central's have 1 third down for conversion. Or I'm sorry, they've had on 3rd down once and did not convert. Ashland 0 for 2 on 3rd down. So 1st and 10, Johnson Central on the Ashland 37. They lead 7-0, 2:56 to go first quarter. 3 backs now on the wishbone. They go to Music up the middle, and he's going to gain 8 or 10. He gets close. Yep, they're going to spot it first down, so he gets to the Ashland 26. Does Logan Music. Another first down for the Golden Eagles. As Taylor gets him, but Johnson Central just getting a big push up front. That's the bottom line right now. There's 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Ashland trails 7-0 to Johnson Central, and they had the ball 1st and 10 on the Ashland 26, the number 2 team in 4A, as they come back out in the wishbone. That's Morrow at the fullback, Music and Perry at the tailback positions. They hand it off, second back through. Music gets it and gains 6 down to the Ashland about the 19-yard line. So Music now getting the ball more on this drive as he's up to 34 yards rushing. 2:16 to go here in the first quarter. Johnson Central I have them at 1:11 right now in the first quarter, as they'll have it 2nd and 4 on the 19-yard line of Ashland as they lead 7-0 with 2:02 to go in the first quarter. As they come back out, that's going to be Sloan at quarterback. They go back to the broken bone, a wing on each side behind the tight end. Morrow at fullback. They go to Morrow, He's going to plow his way for 2, 3, first down. He's going to squirt through there, and nobody catches him. He gets to the end zone. 19 yards for the Johnson Central touchdown. It looked like Ashland had him right there, and Morrow just squirted like right through to get the touchdown for the Golden Eagles, who take a 13-0 lead with 1:44 to go in the first quarter. So now Bentley coming out to kick right now as Ashland 12, and that's going to be number 21, Dalton Matney, holding for him, as that will be number 61, Nick Pruitt, coming out to snap for the Golden Eagles. 1:44 to go. It's 13-0 Johnson Central. And Bentley, the kick's up, and good kick. It goes right down the middle. So Johnson Central with a 14-0 lead with 1:44 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe your money should give you choices. That's why we've created My Choice accounts. Checking, cashback, and savings designed to match the way you live. Whether you're focused on building savings, managing your day-to-day spending, or planning ahead for the future, My Choice gives you the flexibility to do it your way. Take control and make choices that fits you best. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Game day is here, and Food Fair has you covered with tailgating and party trays. Whether you're hosting the big game or heading to a party, Food Fair has what you need to make a great day, win or lose. From wings and tenders to fresh fruit, veggie trays, and sandwich platters, there's something for everyone. Call ahead and Food Fair will handle the prep so you can focus on the fun. Food Fair, delightfully local, deliciously fresh, and your tailgating and party headquarters. FoodFairMarkets.com.
Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
Woodman gets the kick right side. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's where Ashland will start as they trail 14-0 with 1:39 to go first quarter. Tomcats better do something here quick as they are down so far two possessions and failed to convert a first down on either one. Johnson Central, on the other hand, just gashing Ashland up the middle. 114, I have them at 144 right now on the ground here in the first quarter. A 4-yard run by Braxton Perry and a 19-yard run by Logan Morrow for a touchdown. Ashland shotgun, 2 wideouts left. Davis on the right side. He'll go in motion and get it on the jet sweep. He carries it, guides a whole 30, cuts back up to the 35, 36, 37-yard line, and a first down for the Tomcats. So Davis will get the first down on the jet sweep. Dalton Matney, number 21, on the tackle as a 1:22 to go first quarter. Ashland trails 14-0. They'll have it first and 10 on the Johnson Central 37. They'll come out, shotgun formation. Davis lined up to the left of Hughes in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the right, and Simpkins at the H-back position right side. They go to Davis up the middle, and he's going to get 1 or 2 more. So Davis on his 4th carry. So he's going to get up to about the 38-yard line for Ashland. It's about 1 on that play. So now 2nd and 9 coming up. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Ashland trailing 14-0. They're going to come out. Hughes, and that's going to be Simpkins to his right in the backfield. Davis on the right side at wide out. Duckweiler and Wolf on the left side. 2nd and 9 Tomcats at snap. Hughes will pass. He's going to go downfield. He's looking for Duckweiler and just over him. And with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, Ashland will have another 3rd and 9 coming up. As I just tried to get it. Perry was on the coverage, but again, they're staying stride for stride with Ashland. They tried to hit the deep ball. And I know that's been Johnson Central's weak point is the passing game, but right now Ashland 0 for 3 through the air. Johnson Central also giving up 9 fewer points per game than they did last year as Ashland trails 14-0, 25 seconds to go, first quarter. That's going to be shotgun trips left. Wolf isolated on the right side at wideout. Simpkins in the backfield to the right of Hughes. 3rd and 9. Ashland needs to get to their own 47 to get the first down. Hughes, it's a pass. He's going to roll out, and he throws it across the middle. It's caught. Ashland, that's going to be close to the first down. That was number 1, Mason Wolf. He's going to get there. So a gain of 10. Hughes has his first completion. Wolf his first catch. And Ashland now will have it on the Johnson Central 48, trailing 14-0, as that will be the last play of the first quarter. We're going to take a break and come back. It's 14-0 Johnson Central right now here at Jim Natney Field. You're listening to 97.9 The River.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-838-8822. That's 800-838-8822. 800-838-8822.
You're listening to Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
We're back. It's 14-0 Johnson Central starting the second quarter. Ashland with a 1st and 10. 2 first downs on this drive. They'll have it on their own 48. Twins wideouts to each side. Davis in the left slot. He goes in motion right. And it's handed off up the middle. They go to Simpkins, his first carry, and he's going to get 3. 2, maybe 3. He gets to the 50. So Brody Simpkins, his first carry. Simpkins, who had a 200 against Greenup County this year. Now it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Tomcats, as they have it at midfield, trailing 14-0, 11:39 to go in the second quarter. As that will be, they'll go with the shotgun. Davis to the left of Hughes in the backfield. That's going to be Taylor at the H-back on the right side. 2 wideouts to the right. Ashland 2nd and 8 at midfield, trailing 14-0. They go up the middle. Davis, and he's met right when he gets to the line. The run is especially the strength of Johnson Central on the defensive side. And they get right there. That was number 57, Drew Ferguson, the senior. That will be a loss of 1. So Davis with 5 carries. He's had a 12-yarder on the jet sweep. Twice has been tackled for a loss. Ashland with a 3rd and 9 on their own 49. 10:54 to go second quarter. Johnson Central up 14-0 as Hughes leads the team out. As this could be 2-down territory depending on this play for the Tomcats. Shotgun, 2 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Davis to the right of Hughes. It's snapped. Throughout Johnson Central rushes 4. Hughes is going to look. He's under pressure. He rolls out to the right and throws it. Has a man. Oh, just through the hands of Wolf. Had him there just through the hands. And on 4th, it's now going to be 4th and 9 for the Tomcats. And a big decision coming up for Coach Tackett. It would really be pushing it to go at midfield, but the way Johnson Central's moving the football right now, it's hard to not be tempted a little bit. Davis lining up about the 39-yard line to punt. Ashland down 14-0, 10:30 to go, second quarter. As Davis and that number 0, Morris, lined up about his own 17 for Johnson Central. Tomcats now going, or as the punt is up, Morris gets out of the way. It's going to bounce back to about the 15, 14-yard line, and it will be down there. So Johnson Central will now start with it again, but their first drive, they went 80 yards for the score as Braxton Perry carried it 5 times. It was Perry on the first drive and Music on the last drive. Both backs that average around 10 yards per carry. As now Johnson Central will have it 1st and 10 on their own 14, leading 14-0, 10:20 to go here in the second. They're going to come out wishbone formation. That's going to be Perry and Music in the backfield, Morrow at the fullback, tight end on each side. It's snapped. It's handed off to Morrow up the middle. He's going to gain 2 or 3. And Johnson Central now going to try to do what they do, and they like to run that clock. Last year when they tied the game at Putnam Stadium, they used about 6 minutes in that last stretch to tie it with 30 seconds to go before Ashland would put together a game-winning drive. As it's 2nd and 7, Johnson Central on their own 17. Now as they're going to come out, Wishbone, 3 backs, a wide out to the right this time. Sloan's going to fake it up the middle, and it's handed off to the second back, and he's going to get maybe a yard. I think that was Music that we will see.
Number 16, Bryson Music on the carry.
That was Bryson Music, who's been in the game now. So Bryson Music, who's been getting some playing time for Johnson Central. So second, third down attempt for the Golden Eagles tonight, as that will be, they will need to get to our own 25 to get the first down. They have it 3rd and 6 on their own 18. They go Wishbone with a receiver to the right side, tight end right. They fake it to Music and hand it off up the middle. Sloan's going to carry it right side and get about 10 yards on the first down. A good fake. They faked the first back and the second back through. Sloan took it himself around the right side. They just missed that on a 2-point conversion last year, and they get right up to the 28-yard line. First carry for the quarterback Sloan, and the 7th first down now for the Golden Eagles, compared to 2 for Ashland right now. They're coming out broken bone, wing on each side behind the tight end. Morrow at fullback. They give it to the big guy up the middle, and he's going to get 2 or 3. So Logan Morrow on his 6th carry now. And that's the hard thing about Morrow is a big fullback. And even if he gets a gain of a yard or 2, just having to force the defense to expend the energy to tackle him just further raises problems when you have backs with the speed of Perry and Music back there. 2nd and 7 for Johnson Central as they they lead 14-0 over Ashland. They have it on their own 30-yard line coming up. So 2nd and 7 for the Golden Eagles. They go back to the Wishbone. 3 backs. That's Music and Perry at the tails, and Morrow at the full. They fake it to Morrow, give it to Perry. Left side, he breaks through a tackle. Big hole, 45-50. Goes to the 40 and gets brought down about the 30-yard line. He's brought down by number 34, Luke McCoy. So Braxton Perry will get a huge gain on that left side. Same play that's Ashland's had a lot of trouble defending over the years. That second back through, Perry will get a gain of 43 on that play. So Perry now above 100 yards on the night, including a 4-yard touchdown run, and has runs of 43 and 37. 8th first down for the Golden Eagles. As they come out in the Wishbone, they go back to the 3 backs again. They fake it to Morrow. They handle it off on the right side to Perry. If he's going to get 3 or 4. They get down to about the 26 of Ashland, 25, make it 24. So Logan Music now a gain of 4, and he's up to 38 yards on the night on 6 carries now. Rade Rucker gets in there to make the tackle. 2nd and 6 for Ashland or for Johnson Central as they lead 14-0. 7:06 to go in the second. 3 backs. That's Morrow, Music, and Perry in the Wishbone. Double tights as they fake it. They're going to give it to Morrow up the middle, left side. He's going to get 3, but Johnson Central in 2-down territory right now, and that's going to make it 3rd and about 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. They've got it at the Ashland 20 now as Johnson Central, and they lead 14-0. 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Sloan coming back out at the quarterback position for the Golden Eagles. No doubt about it, the Tomcats will need to dial up something. They've been coming out in a 5-man front, lining up similar to how they did last year. That's 3 backs for the Wishbone. They hand it off right side, and Sloan's going to carry it. And instead, I'm not sure whistles blow. Sloan had the football. I don't know what happened there. That was Sloan faked it on the right side, carried it around, had the football. The whistles blew. Did the official get faked out by the carry? whistles blew when they faked it. They the same play that Sloan looked like gained 10 yards on earlier, and that's what Johnson Central will do a lot on third downs. They've thrown it 27 times this year. 11 of those passes coming against Rowan County. They can throw it, but they don't do it very often. As we'll see what the official call is, as it was 3rd and 3 on the 20, the Ashland 20 for Johnson Central, who leads 14-0 with 6:01 to go in the second quarter. So they are going to replay the down. So the official, I think, thought that he was carrying it up the middle. As Johnson Central now coming out, broken bone formation, 2 wings and the fullback Morrow. They give it to Morrow up the middle, 20, 15, 10, and they can't bring him down. He gets to the 9. A gain of number 11 for Morrow, and he's up to 50 yards now on the ground. 9 first down for the Golden Eagles on that front, and they've passed 200 yards on the ground. 5:39 to go in the second quarter. 1st and goal from the 5. As it's shotgun, Morrow at the fullback, a wing on each side. Morrow's going to hand it off, or they're going to hand it off to Morrow. He goes up the middle and gains 2 or 3. Gets down to about the 1. And Morrow, Johnson Central just getting a really good push up front. As Wyatt Riley gets back there to make the tackle, it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. 5:09 to go here in the second quarter for Johnson Central. They've had the ball quite often. They've chewed up about 5 minutes of clock on this drive alone. As they're getting ready to come back out, they go with the broken, but they have a single back, 2 wings on the right side. It's a toss play to Logan Music on that side, and he carries it in for the touchdown. So touchdown number 11 for Logan Music on the year. Music, Perry, and Morrow, all 3 with a touchdown for the Golden Eagles, and they take a 20-0 lead with 4:44 to go in the second quarter. Ashland with no answer right now, as Music at 39 yards, Perry at 111, and Morrow at 54. This is unofficial, of course, but now number 90, Bentley, to kick the extra point. It's going to be up. It hits the bar, or it just goes through, actually. So it's good. Thought that was going to go off, but it went in. So 4:44 to go, second quarter. It's 21-0 Johnson Central here at Jim Matney Field. We'll be right back on 97.9 The River.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours, too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust Bank has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We have even more great services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. Make payments directly from your smartphone. And Zelle, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet at ctbi.com or stop by and see us at one of our 79 branch offices.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tomcat football action on 97.9 The River.
We are back. It's 21-0. Johnson Central in the lead over Ashland. And Ashland called for an unsportsmanlike, looks like, on that after the play. So Johnson Central will kick off from the 45-yard line, as that will probably be a touchback. We will see what they try to do. They may onside it here, honestly. You don't have much to lose by doing so. They're kicking it 15 yards ahead from what they normally do. That's exactly what they do, but Duckweiler there to get it around the 30-yard line. They'll be about the 32, the 32 where Ashland will start. They trail 21-0 with 4:43 to go in the second quarter. They have 2 first downs so far. Haven't moved the ball much. They have They have a total right now. I have Ashland at, they're in the about 13 yards total offensively right now. 4:43 to go in the second quarter. They've had 2 first downs, and other than that, they've been stopped. They go shotgun, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Davis in the backfield to the left to Hughes, tight end right. They send Taylor from the left wideout position in motion, and he's going to get it on the jet sweep. He cuts it up and gets 2 or 3 on the play. So he gets up to about the 35-yard line. As Trevonte Taylor, his second carry. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 now for the Golden Eagle, or for Ashland, as they trail 21-0. 4:22 to go here in the second quarter. So Hughes coming back out offensively, gives a signal, and that's going to be him and Davis in the backfield. Davis at the running back position. Simpkins lined up at the H-back on the right side. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Ashland on their own 35, 2nd and 7. And he hands it off to Davis for a gain of about 4. A good little push up front by Ashland, as that's Wyatt Riley, and gets up there, as does Miles Hutchinson, the senior, to get a good block, as Davis now on his 6th carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up for Ashland. Their 5th third down attempt of the night, as it's going to be 3rd and 3 on their own 39-yard line. 3:30 to go. Then the second quarter, they trail 21-0 against Johnson Central. Ashland 2 wideouts to the right. H-back Simpkins on the right side. Davis on the left of Hughes at the tailback spot. It's handed off to Davis. He's going to go 40 and gets the first down. Cuts it up the middle for 4 yards and Ashland's 3rd first down of the game. Certainly would be nice to get something going here, as Ashland's up to about the 43-yard line right now. As they'll come back out, that'll be Hughes in the backfield. Simpkins lined up to his right. Ashland with 2 wideouts on each side. 3 minutes to go first half. They trail 21-0. 1st and 10. It's a low snap. Hughes gets it. He's going to throw the out to Davis. It's caught for a gain of 7. So Ashland at the 50-yard line. Hughes 2 for 6 through the air now. So number 49, Daniels on the tackle for Johnson Central. 2nd and 4 for Ashland. From about midfield, actually about their own 49. So Davis gets his first reception. Davis, who almost, had it not been for injury, probably would have had 10 touchdowns, both rushing and receiving last year. As Davis he's cramping up a little bit. The 2nd and 4 coming up for the Tomcats. They trail 21-0 with 2:13 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to be right back. You're listening to 97.9 The River.
Hey, it's Big John. Are you hungry for a taste of home? Well, come on down to Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, located 230 16th Street in Ashland. They serve old-fashioned home-cooked meals in a true family atmosphere. From hearty breakfast to daily specials, there's always something fresh and on the table. Bring the whole family and let them do the cooking. Proud supporters of the Ashland Tomcats, Uncle Paul and Missy's is cooking up that hot Tomcat spirit. Uncle Paul and Missy's Country Kitchen, where good food and good company come together.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
Ashland 2nd and 4 at midfield. They're going to come out in shotgun. They fake it to Taylor. Hughes rolls right, looking for room, but he gets dropped down before he can get back to the line. As Ashland trailing 21-0, has had a first down each time they've had a third down. Each time they've had the sticks. Each time they've had the ball so far. I don't think they've had a set where they haven't had a third down, as it's 3rd and 5 at their own 48. Hughes in the backfield and Simpkins off to his right. 2 wideouts to each side. 3rd and 5. Ashland needs to get to the Johnson Central 47 to get the first down. And Hughes gets a snap. Johnson Central rushes 3. Delayed blitz from the corner. Hughes under time looking, can't find anyone, and he gets brought down. The ball comes out, and it's recovered by number 55, Brady Marucci. Oh, that was number 15, or I think it was Cooper Daniels that got back there. It does him or no, I'm sorry, that was number 16, Bryson Music who got back there. So a big loss for Johnson Central, or for Ashland, and they're going to have it 4th down and about 20 now on their own 33-yard line with under a minute. They're going to call a time. They're going to milk that as much clock as they can at this point. Or no, Johnson Central calls the timeout. So they're going to try to get the ball here with a minute to go. And again, I can't blame them, as they're going to try to really pile it on here, since they've succeeded so far in this first half with over 200 yards rushing. But a loss of 20, that's the second time they've sacked Hughes tonight. And again, just not really getting any rhythm like normal. Ashland having some success on the jet sweep when they've run it, which they haven't run a whole lot this year. Johnson Central, on the other hand, just doing what they do with that wishbone formation. Ashland was able to get one stop, but outside of that, they've had touchdowns on 3 of their first 4 possessions. Ashland coming out, and they're going to punt. This time Mason Wolf is lined up. Cam Davis still on the sidelines, as it's 4th and 20 for the Tomcats. Wolf lined up about the 22. And it's a low snap. Wolf gets it, though. It's a short punt. It goes to the Ashland 45 and rolls out of bounds about the 47-yard line of the Tomcats. So Johnson Central now actually about 1:07 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining, as it's 21-0 right now. Johnson Central leading the Tomcats. They will have it 1st and 10 on the Ashland 47-yard line. Right now, again, leading the way, it's Braxton Perry, 111. I have him on 7 carries. As the Golden Eagles will come out, 1:07 to go. They lead 21-0 and have 2 timeouts remaining, as does Ashland. They're going to go to the wishbone. Perry and Music in the backfield. At the tailback, Morrow at the fullback. They have one wide out on the right side. They fake it to one back, and they give it to Perry left side, and he's going to get 2. So Braxton Perry now up to down to about the 45-yard line. So Perry up to 113 now, and Johnson Central have it 2nd and 8, 40 on the 45, and 48 seconds to go in the first half. Clock continuing to run. Sloan comes out, not in a big rush, as with 40 seconds to go first half. He's going to bring in the play. Johnson Central 2nd and 8, 35-34. Still in huddle. They break at 33. 2nd and 8 for the Golden Eagles. They're going to go with the 2 wideouts. They're going to go strong eye. Fullback on the left side. Tailback, 2 wideouts on the right. They fake it. Sloan's going to take it right side. Gets to the 40, 35, and down to the 32 of the Tomcats about with 17 seconds to go. That's going to stop the clock momentarily. Sloan with his 2nd carry, and both of his carries have been for Johnson Central. Now I have him in double digits now in the first down column. 3 for the Tomcats, or what's this? Actually, we have a flag down. And what's that? So a holding call, actually, against Johnson Central, so that will negate something going for the Tomcats tonight. A hold for the Golden Eagles, so that will move them back. Their first penalty. Ashland has one for unsportsmanlike earlier in the first half. So that's going to be 2nd and 15 coming up on as Johnson Central has it on their own 49 with 18 seconds to go in the half. A timeout called by Coach Peck of the Golden Eagles. So they have 1 timeout remaining. If you're just tuning in, Johnson Central had the ball first. They opened up and scored on an 80-yard drive on 7 plays, capped off by a 4-yard run by Braxton Perry. Then, meanwhile, the Tomcats just have not been able to generate much on the offensive end. Hughes he's had some time back there, but just not really finding anybody open. As Duckweiler was able to get open a time or two, but just weren't able to hit him. Had a dropped pass on 4th down that would have set Ashland up in Johnson Central territory. But again, you just have to come out and sometimes roll with the punches. It is what it is right now. 18 seconds to go in the first half. Johnson Central coming out, and they're going to come out, and looks like they're going to kneel, and that's what they do. Sloan takes a knee, so that will close out the first half. So it is 21-0 here at Jim Matney Field. All Johnson Central in the first half. Reminds me a little bit of 2006 when they played here in the rematch of 05 after Ashland picked up a strong win at home. There's plenty of football left, though. We'll be back here shortly on 97.9 The River.
Drive home a winner all season long with your trusted Toyota dealer, Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or visit them at toyotaofashland.com. They look forward to seeing you soon.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank. Located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
When the game is on the line, you need reliability and your trusted Toyota dealer. Drive home a winner with Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or online at toyotaofashland.com.
You're listening to Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Ashland trailing Johnson Central 21-0 at halftime right now. We have about 15 minutes until the start of the second half, but I mean, there's not a lot to say at this point. Johnson Central's just coming out, and I think that the focus looks a lot different between the two teams. Johnson Central just seems to be coming out, lining up. I don't mean to say relaxed in the sense that they're too lax, but they're relaxed in the sense that they're doing a great job keeping their heads in the game. You can tell they're not letting the emotion of last year's disappointing loss or, the outside, anything distracting. They're just coming out and have an attitude like we're coming here and we're focusing on the game and nothing but that. Meanwhile, Ashland got deflated pretty quickly, I think. I feel like from a focus perspective, they just there's multiple factors into this that can be up or down. And, of course, the tragic loss of Dickie Martin, which I know we're all mourning as a community, and having 2 weeks off can definitely play a difference. And Johnson Central's a really good team, too, no doubt. Much credit to them. But Ashland just looking, not coming in with that fighting force that I'm used to seeing them with. And right now, trailing 21-0, and they've given up over 200 yards in the first half. Right now, for the Tomcats, I have them on the ground. I have Davis at 22 yards on 7. And, I mean, that's about as good. Simpkins has only 1 carry, 2 yards. But Ashland, again, some of the sack yardage, but Ashland I have at 7 yards on the ground right now. This is a team that is number 3 in 4A in rushing behind Franklin Simpson and Johnson Central. Ashland averages around 330 a game on the ground. Meanwhile, Johnson Central averages around 360 a game on that front. Ashland, through the air, Hughes is 2 of 6 for 17 yards on that front. So Ashland just a drop pass here and there. They've tried to go deep a couple times, and you knew coming in the passing game would have to be a factor for the Tomcats to be successful here. And so far they've had a couple opportunities they missed on that end, but again, you just have to come out, get refocused for the second half is all you can do. Ashland will start the second half with the ball. And you just have to come out and see what worked, what didn't, and adjust. Meanwhile, Johnson Central, there's probably not a lot they're going to adjust. They're Ashland running, it looks like a similar front, like the 5-man front that they ran last year that they came out into the game with, which is a little different from what people were used to seeing with Ashland. But right now, Johnson Central just doing a really good job defensively up the middle. And you know they're good against the run. I think they're a better team defensively than they were last year as they lost. They gave up around, I think, 26 points per game last year. And this year they're giving up around 17 back in the higher ranks of 4A. So we're going to take another break and come back and talk go a little bit deeper into the stats on Johnson Central's end here on 97.9 The River.
Clark's Pump and Shop is honored to serve the tri-state area with money-saving monthly specials on items that you love. Download from their app from the App Store, or even more great value, sign up for their Clark's Loyalty Rewards to get cents off gas and earn points on each purchase to redeem for free products. Stop in today for fast, friendly customer service. Clark's Pump and Shop is a proud supporter of the Ashland Tomcats, fueling our hometown spirit every day. Return, refresh, and refuel at Clark's Pump and Shop.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco ensures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Here's another Kinder Communication Community Chatter. The Huntington Camerata Classical Guitar and String Quartet performing at the First Presbyterian Church of Ironton Sunday, November 2nd at 3 p.m. Part of the Ironton Council for the Arts. Admission is $15 payable at the performance.
This Kinder Communications Community Chatter brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, your total automotive dealer for Buick, Chevy, Ford, Jeep, Lincoln, Mitsubishi, and more. As the weather cools, bugs may disappear from your windshield, but fall brings plenty of new challenges. Leaves, dirt, and dust, they can pile up on your car, while allergens and debris sneak inside, making your ride less fresh. Don't let fall get the best of your car. Stop by Thoroughbred Express this month for our seasonal specials. We'll wash away the leaves, dirt, and dust inside and out, keeping your car clean, allergy-free, and ready for the season ahead. Join the winter circle with Thoroughbred Express. Head to thoroughbredexpress.com for all the details.
Life. What is life? Life is a collection of moments. Moments that stay with you a lifetime. Make those memories and moments happen at CF Rushline Jewelers with our complete line of Gabriel & Company diamond rings, engagement rings, and wedding bands. CF Rushline Jewelers is your place to make those life moments happen. Visit CF Rushline Jewelers at 947 3rd Avenue in Huntington, across from Pullman Square, or visit online at cfrjewelers.com.
Leaves and payments are falling here at University Ford in Huntington. New 2025 F-150s, just $469 a month, or take up to $10,000 off. New 2025 Bronco Sports, only $459 a month. New 25 Escapes, just $299 a month, or take up to $9,000 off. Plus, grab up to 125% of KBB for your trade. New ownership, improved process, better deals. The bow tie means a better buy. Shop us now at universityfordwv.com. See dealer for complete details on all offers.
Take game day to a new level with GoMart. That's right, game day starts here. Head to GoMart for a chance to win the ultimate tailgating package. Enter for a chance to win a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, a pop-up canopy, a portable grill and cooler. It's everything you need to cheer on your favorite team. Ready to win? Stop by your local GoMart and scan the QR code in-store or go to the app to enter. Visit the GoMart app or go to gomart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
Get organized and save big money with Dakota Closets at Menards. Dakota Closets can be installed in any room, from home offices and laundry rooms to walk-in or reach-in closets. Use the You Create Closet Planner available in-store or online to design a Dakota Closet system that maximizes your space and matches your style. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been providing accounting, tax, and attest services for the tri-state community and across the United States. Since 1951, individuals, medical practices, attorneys, corporations, Main Street businesses, local schools, and governments have relied on us for expert advice, tax preparation, and attest services. With offices in Ashland and Cincinnati, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby are here for your accounting and tax needs. For over 70 years, Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby has been there for businesses in our community. They're here for yours, too. Call them and let Kelly Galloway Smith Goolsby provide for the future of your business.
Hey Tomcats fans, with spring just around the corner, Ashland Milling Company is your one-stop shop for everything you need. For your yard, they offer 50-pound bags of weed and feed for only $39.95 and 50-pound bags of crabgrass preventer for $34.95. And don't forget about your garden. Ashland Milling boasts the largest selection of bulk garden seeds in the tri-state. Ashland Milling Company would like to say thanks for letting them serve you for over 150 years. Go Tomcats!
Tomcat football action on 97.9 The River.
We're back here on 97.9 The River. Johnson Central up 21-0 in the first half over Ashland. And they have had the bad thing with that, too, is they have had the ball for an awful long time. You look at the carries, Braxton Perry has 113 on 8 and a touchdown run, his 11th of the year. Logan Music, 39 on 7, then his 11th touchdown of the season. And Logan Morrow with 54 on 9 and a touchdown. So Morrow up front really getting it there. Getting it done on that front. Morrow with a 19-yard touchdown run. Perry with one of 4 yards. Also has runs of 37 and 43. And Logan Music with a touchdown run as well. So Johnson Central just coming in focused. I mean, they just look. It just doesn't look like they're not going to get rattled. And I think Ashland up front, I expect to see they'll adjust the line some. They've been coming out in a 5-man front and playing in that, but I suspect we might see some more trickery coming up in the second half, maybe a little more confusion on that end. Offensively, I'm curious to see what they'll dial up. The passing game was something, I know there was a lot of hope for that, but Johnson Central just seems to have been up there just getting it done defensively. They're doing a good job and sticking with the receivers in particular, and Hughes just trying to find somebody, but just unable to hit the open man. And we'll see how they come out, though, in the second half. It's about 4 minutes until we get back at it. It's 21-0 Johnson Central right now. We'll be back here on 97.9 The River.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
Our Kendrick Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Mark Porter Chevy and GMC in Ashland. Home of the car ferry, online at markporterautogroup.com. Baum Lumber, your place for quality roof trusses, building materials, hot spring spas, lawn equipment, and more. Visit baumlumber.com. Gomart, go for good times, go for Gomart.
Hey Stephanie, it's October and Clark's Pump and Shop has some frightfully great specials.
They've got assorted Old Trapper beef and cheese sticks, 2 for $2.50, and assorted Hershey salty snacks peg bags, 2 for $6.50.
And assorted Monster Java 15-ounce cans, 2 for $6.
Speaking of monsters, you need to take that costume off. You're going to scare the trick-or-treaters.
Costume? Mask? What are you talking about?
Get the rest of this month's specials on the Clark's Pump and Shop app from your app store.
Where you can return, refresh, and refuel where? At Clark's Pump and Shop.
No down payment? No problem. Here at KFB, we make homeownership easy with our no down payment home loans. Whether you're buying your first home or ready for something new, KFB is here to guide you every step of the way. Apply today and take the first step towards your dream home with no money down. Restrictions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. KFB, the better bank. Located at Ashland, Catlettsburg, Louisa, Summit, and Wheelersburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
Ashland trailing Johnson Central 21-0. A big part of that, Johnson Central controlling the game, how they like to control it. 200-plus rushing yards on the ground, and they've maintained the ball with a high time of possession as Ashland will start the second half with the football. Before we get started, about 2 minutes to go, want to give some shout-outs. First off to my lifelong friend, Steve Relaford, my first coach in school, 6th grade of basketball at Oakview Elementary. Big shout-out to him and much appreciation for the impact he's had and Omni, and to his son Tyler, who's a teammate and a great friend growing up. Much love to them and a big shout-out. And also want to remember Josh Relaford and Connie Relaford, too, who are very near and dear Tomcats, and certainly were big supporters, and much appreciation to them. And again, remembering Dickie Martin tonight. If you get a chance tomorrow, there will be a celebration of life for Dickie at 11 o'clock at Putnam Stadium. Wear maroon for it and come out and celebrate the life of an absolutely wonderful man. Want to take the opportunity to shout out my mom, Marge Rowland, shout out John Downey, shout out to Matthew Sparks up here with me in the press box, and big shout out to Chris Pullum. Good to see him tuning in, to Aaron Crabtree and my former teammate Randy Riggs from school. Big shout outs to everyone, and again, thank you for all you do and your support for the Tomcat program. As now Ashland getting ready to start second half, they're going to be going right to left on your dial as they trail Johnson Central 21-0. Golden Eagles getting ready to come back out Ashland right now, I mean, they're just going to have to at least get some ball movement in this half, at least something to start off. But Johnson Central, a major cap tip to them with how focused they came in tonight. I mean, I think they just look like they are doing a good job being disciplined on their game plan. That's going to be Woodman back to return along with Taylor for Ashland. Looks like straight Taylor out with Tanner Woodman. They're lined up about the 18-yard line. Johnson Central sends Bentley, number 90, out to kick. And they have to watch that onside. That was a key play to start the second half 2 years ago in a 36-33 Johnson Central victory, which the Golden Eagles recovered. Bentley to kick. As he lines up. Ashland moving the guys up a little bit. Bentley, it's a high kick. It goes back. It's caught at the 10 by Taylor. He's going to go 15, 20, 25. Cuts back. Gets close to the 28-yard line before he's brought down. Good job hustling through there as he gets tackled by number 16, Bryson Music. So it'll be 1st and 10 Tomcats. So it was 1st and 10 for the Tomcats on the 28-yard line. They trail 21-0, 11:53 to go. Second quarter, they come out. And that's going to be number 18, Tanner Stutler, now in at quarterback. As Brody Simpkins into his left at the tailback slot. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left for the Tomcats as they have it 1st and 10 on their own 28. Stutler's going to hand it off to Simpkins up the middle. He's met at the line. He's going to plow forward for 1 or 2, though. Simpkins had to really fight. They're doing a really good job crashing in on those A-gaps when Ashland sends it up the middle. And that looks like big number 91, Chase Priest, the senior, as that's going to be a gain of a yard for Ashland. So 2nd and 9 for the Tomcats as they're going to go with Simpkins in the backfield to the left to Stutler. 3 wideouts left to the right, 1 to the left as it's 2nd and 9 Tomcats. Here 11:16 to go in the third. They trail 21-0. Stutler rolls back. He's looking, pressured, and he's going to roll out, throw it out of bounds. So Stutler just didn't see anybody downfield and rolled it out to the right. Had some daylight to run, but was able to get away from the pressure, throw it out of bounds. But now for the Tomcats, that's going to be 3rd and 9 on their own 29 as they trail 21-0 with 7 to go in the third quarter. They need to get past our own 38 to get the first down. Simpkins stays in the backfield with Stutler. 2 wideouts to each side. Simpkins to the left of Stutler in the backfield. 3rd and 9 as they're looking to get it to the 40. They drop back. Johnson Central rushing 3, and Stutler throws it to Taylor and just through there, and the pass is incomplete. So 4th down for the Tomcats. They're just unable to get anything going in the passing game. Johnson Central dropped several back. Again, both Ashland and Johnson Central in the top 10 in 4A in sacks. As Ashland has had a tremendous rush up front this year. Of course, the problem is Johnson Central, they can pass, but they're not a passing team overall. They've thrown it 27 times this year. Davis lines up at his own 18-yard line to punt on 4th and 9. Wolf is in there. Davis still out, apparently. His punt high, it goes to the 45, 40, rolls back to about the 33-yard line of Johnson Central with 10:50 to go here in the third quarter. That's where they will take over, leading Ashland 21-0. As now they come out 1st and 10. So the Golden Eagles will have it, and they're gonna go strong eye. Looks like or no broken bone. 2 wideouts to the right though, tied into the right, back left. It's handed off, and Music's going to carry it for 5 or 6. So there's number 28, Logan Music. the senior, and Bryson Music, number 16, the junior. That was Logan that carried it. And he's up to about 45 yards on 8 carries. Music, again, who's caused a lot of problems for Ashland. 2 years ago, he came in the fourth quarter, was coming back from injury. And Coach Peck kept him on the sidelines until the fourth quarter, where he went in against a worn-down Ashland defense. Johnson Central 2nd and 4 on their own 40. They go with the broken bone, wing on each side. They're going to hand it off to Logan Morrow up the middle, and he's going to get 1 or 2. As I see on that tackle, number 51, Luke Corliss in there. As he gets to it's going to be 3rd and about 1.5 coming up for the Golden Eagles. That's the 10th carry for Morrow now as Ashland trails 21-0. 9:45 to go here in the third quarter. And that's good. They're going to come back out, and they're going to stay in the broken bone. Back to the left, wing to the right. And they go to the right side. It's handed off up the middle. Close. I think Ashland might have him in the backfield, but an extra push by Johnson Central. That's going to be close. We'll see where it looked like they had him at first. Again, that was Music that carried it, and when he got a push, they had him about a yard back, but he got an extra push enough to make it about a half yard for Johnson Central. And that's going to be 4th and 1 about their own 42-yard line as they lead 21-0 with 9:21 to go here in the third. As officials, they call it, looks like they stopped the clock, and it may be a timeout for measurement. As it's 4th and 1 right now, Johnson Central on their own 42. So one thing, Johnson Central, I think this will be a 4th down. We'll see where the spot is. They're bringing the chains out. But Johnson Central on 4th down, one thing they will do a lot is they will come out and try to make Ashland jump. They love to do that. They'll do it 4th down. They'll do it on 3rd down. And it looks like Ashland looks, I can indicate that's, oh, wow. No, that's not going to be close, actually. About a yard short. So the Tomcats will... So we'll go against Johnson Central on a 4th and 1 set here. So 4th and 1 from their own 42-yard lines, Johnson Central. They're running back out. They're going to go back at broken bone, 2 wings on each side of the quarterback, Morrow at fullback. I'm sure they're going to try to make Ashland jump here. They like to do that on 4th down. 4th and 1 for the Golden Eagles. 9 minutes to go here. They lead 21-0. 5-man front for Ashland. And Sloan backs away. Official gives a signal, and now Sloan walks back up to the line. And 4th and 1. No quick handoff to Morrow. He's got the first down, and then about 5 more. He gets up to the 50. So Morrow with 64 yards on 11 carries right now, including a 19-yard touchdown rumble in the first quarter. So Johnson Central moves the chains again. First 4th down attempt for him tonight. As they get the conversion. They'll have it 1st and 10 on the 50 now. They come out. Wishbone, 3 backs, hide end right, receiver right. They go second back to Perry up the middle, and he's going to gain about 8. Or that's Music, I'm sorry. He gains about 8. Music taking 22, or wearing number 22. Perry, Music at number 28. Perry at number 22. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Golden Eagles. And this is the first time, really, they've had a healthy backfield all year. Morrow's been worn out with an injury early on. He came back just a couple weeks ago. Perry missed the last 2 games for them, as now it's the full house wishbone backfield. 3 backs, receiver to the left. 2nd and 2 for the Golden Eagles. They hand it to Morrow. Then they give it to Perry for a gain of 7 and a first down. And I have that as the 12th first down for the Golden Eagles as they get down to the Ashland 34. Golden Eagles up 21-0 right now with 7:33 to go here in the third. As Brody Simpkins gets the tackle, 7:26 to go, third quarter. And Johnson Central now well above 200 on the ground. They had 216. I had them at halftime. Over 250 now. 1st and 10 on the 34. The number 1 rushing team in 4A are the Golden Eagles at 360 a game. 3 backs, wishbone, wide out right, tight end right. They go fake it to Morrow, and they give it to Perry. He's going to get 4 or 5 up the middle. So Perry now. Yeah, man, it's 2nd and 5, Johnson Central. The tackle by Simpkins again, but again, Johnson Central, that big line getting a push. And this line, they've got good size. Johnson Central does. They're not as big as some of their other lines, and I don't say that in a bad way against them. It's just usually they're huge up front. They're big, but not as big. But that being said, of course, they fire off the ball nicely. Second if they have to be the number 1 rushing team in 4A. Wishbone tight end each side. Sloan fakes to the first back, gives to the second. Music got him at the line, and he squirted right through there for 4 more. The Ashland had him right there on the left side and had him wrapped up, but he spun around, got through there on 2nd and 5, and now it's going to make it 3rd and 1 for Johnson Central as they have 12 first downs all on the ground. 57 yards now for Music on 10 carries. On his 10th carry, as it's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up on the Ashland 25 for the Golden Eagles. They're going to the flex bone, 2 wings on each side. Morrow at the fullback, Sloan at quarterback. He gives it to Morrow up the middle. Big hole, and he's going to get another 10. And a first down for Johnson Central. So big Logan Morrow just plunges through there up to 75 yards on the ground now. The Golden Eagles in the red zone, and Ashland in big trouble. 5:37 to go. Late in the third quarter, they trail 21-0 against the Golden Eagles as Sloan comes back in at quarterback to give with the play. As that's been 1st and 10 now for the Golden Eagles on the Ashland 15-yard line. And they go shotgun, 2 wings on each side. Behind the tight end, Morrow at the fullback spot. They're going to hand it to Morrow left side, and he's going to get 2 or 3. As for Ashland, that's number 64, Ben Pritchard on the tackle. That's actually going to be about 2 for Morrow. But again, that's his 13th carry. He's up to 77 yards. But again, and part of the problem for Ashland has just been the inability to move the ball, because they have been having to defend this Johnson Central defense almost the whole game. Ashland, at this point, unable to advance it past midfield. As Johnson Central coming out in Wishbone, tight end on each side. Morrow, Perry, and Bryson Music, who gets the handoff, and he's going to be Matt. No, he's going to fight through for a couple more. See, the backs, they're getting to the line, and Ashland's doing a good job getting there, but they're doing a really good job of playing. That's Music's 2nd carry, Bryson Music, as he's going to get about 3. I'd say 3rd and 4 for Johnson Central as they get down to the Ashland 9. But Bryson Music got there. Ashland had him, and again, he squirts through and gets a couple more. And that's what these backs do a good job of. They just keep driving their feet, and you have to make sure defensively that they are all the way down, or they can pull plays like that to get that hidden yardage. As they're coming out, same play they scored on earlier. They have 2 wings on the right side. They're going to do a toss to Music, that same play, and he's going to get to first down and down to the 1 of Ashland. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 1 coming up for the Golden Eagles. 14 first downs they have on the ground. So as they will have it actually about the 2. So Music up to 64 yards on the ground. Morrow at 77. Perry at 126. As they're coming out that same formation. 2 wings to the right of the quarterback. And they do a counter play to Music. He goes in untouched. They had the 2 player H-backs rather lined up. They faked the toss to the outside. Music took a counter step and got into the end zone on his 12th carry for his 2nd touchdown. Touchdown number 12 on the year for Logan Music, and it's getting ugly. A 27-0 lead now for the Golden Eagles as Bentley will come in to kick. He's 3 for 3 so far tonight. And Bentley, Johnson Central's trying to draw Ashland off. They don't. Bentley kicks it up. It's good. 28-0. Bentley 4 for 4 now as Johnson Central pushing 300 yards on the ground. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
Here's another Kendrick Communications Community Chatter. The Cabo Huntington Health Department providing monthly after-hours vaccine clinics for all of 2025. The clinics are being offered on the first Monday of each month between 3 and 6 p.m. at the department at 703 7th Avenue. No appointment is necessary.
This Kenner Communications Community Chatter brought to you by Black Sheep Harley-Davidson, 4th Avenue and 4th Street, downtown Huntington. Online at blacksheephd.com.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text? Online loan payments? Even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
You're listening to Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
We're back. It's kicked to Taylor at the 10. He goes 15, 20, 25, and about the 27-yard line he gets. And he's tackled, so Ashland will have another shot at it. Stutler was on the last series at quarterback. We'll see if they stay with him back there. Bryson Music scores on a 1-yard counter for Johnson Central to get his 12th touchdown of the season. Music, Perry, and Morrow all having great nights. Music at 65 yards, Morrow at 77, and Perry at 126 unofficially. As now Ashland 1st and 10 from their own 27. They're coming out. That's going to be Dalen Farrow. Still no. Cam Davis went down in the first half, and he has not returned yet. Stutler in the backfield as as Farrow is back there with him, as is Simpkins. They hand it to Farrow right side, 25, 26-yard line. Maybe gets one. So Dalen Farrow that's his first carry, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Johnson Central, a good job getting to the right edge to seal that off. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Ashland. 2:49 to go here in the third. Stutler and Simpkins in the backfield. 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 to the right. Ashland on their own 27, 2nd and 10. As they trail 28-0, they go to Simpkins up the middle, and he's going to get 4, maybe 5. So 3rd and 6. Tomcats from their own 31-yard line. I don't know if there's been a single time Ashland has had the ball, and other than a 12-yard jet sweep by Cam Davis, and not faced a 3rd down. They trail 28-0 with 2:05 to go here in the third. As Stutler in at quarterback, Taylor at the tailback position, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 right. Ashland needs to get to their own 37 to get the first down. As Johnson Central showing blitz right side, Stutler drops back in the pocket. He's going to throw across the middle as Lyons, but just around him. Had him there. The middle's been wide open all night, and Ashland again just unable to get it there. I think Stutler saw daylight and then saw Lyons there and instead threw it to Lyons across the middle. And now Ashland will have it 4th and 6 on their own 31 with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. Davis to come back and punt from the Ashland 20-yard line. As Johnson Central sends Morris to return, he'll be lined up on his own 40. As Johnson Central will go left to right on the dial. Wolf, to punt. Hits a deep kick. He gets to the 35-30, and Morris actually fair catches it, and there's a high kick compared to the earlier one, and Johnson Central will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30. But right now are over. They are at 268. I have them at 281 unofficially right now. So that Johnson Central leading 28-0, 1:37 to go in the third, as they're going to come out in the flexbone formation. 2 wings behind each tight end. Morrow at the fullback. They go to Morrow from the fullback slot. He's going to push the pile in game 4 or 5. And Ashland's still moving it, and he's going to push his way to a first down. Logan Morrow, a gain of 11. They got him right at the line. Morrow continued to keep his feet driving. This Ashland defense, it's Johnson Central's run with the run is hard to defend as it is. It's even harder when you've been on the field the entire night. as Ashland have it 3 first downs right now. Morrow just moved the chain. They had him back there, but again, he moved the field and a flag down. So each team game getting a little bit chippy now as Ashland has will compete against as each team a personal foul. Johnson, so they offset. Johnson Central will have it 1st and 10 on their own 42. 1:19 to go here in the third quarter. They lead Ashland 28-0. And they're going to come out, and we'll see what they decide to do. As they're going back to the broken bone, and Morrow at fullback. They're sending Music in motion from the left wing to the backfield, and he's now lined up he's lined up on the right side of a wideout, but he is way back there. The whistle blows, and Johnson Central will get penalized for a delay of game, which will make it 1st and 15. So other than these personal fouls that have offset, I don't know if they were looking to do a trick play here or what, but they ran up, they came out in the flex bone, a wing. Perry and Music were lined up behind the tight ends, and they sent Perry way out to the right, but about 5 yards behind the line where he stopped, and it's now going to be 1st and 15, Johnson Central, as they have it, but they are in cruise control on their own 37-yard line, leading 28-0 over the Tomcats. 3-back set, wishbone. They're going to fake it tomorrow, and they give it to Music up the middle. Breaks through a tackle, or another one. Music, 40-30. He's gone. 20. No, they get him at the 15. And major hats off to number 7, J.J. Keys, who just flew down the field. And again, that Music, Ashland got to him at the line. It looked like they had him, and then he broke through a couple of tacklers. And, he is just keeping his feet driving. And he got through, found some open space, and then Keys just hustled him down from behind. A gain of 48 on the play by Music, which now puts him over 100 yards on the night. Music, who he has 113 on 13. Johnson Central's awfully close to having 3 100-yard rushers. Perry at 126, Music at 113, Morrow at 88 as they lead Ashland 28-0 with 27 seconds to go here in the third and have the ball 1st and 10 on the Ashland 15. As that's going to be Music at fullback, Perry and Bryson Music at the tailback position. It's handed off to Bryson Music right side, and he's going to get met by number 34 McCoy at the line. And a gain of maybe 1 for number 16 Bryson Music, his third carry. So it's going to be second about 9 for the Golden Eagles on the Ashland 19-yard line, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. Johnson Central ahead 28-0 and will have the ball in the red zone starting the fourth. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Greater Huntington Parks and Rec. Explore their parks, trails, and facilities. Get more info at ghprd.org. Little Caesars, home of the classic hot and ready pizza. Order online at littlecaesars.com or download the app. And Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, Huntington's only on-site crematory. Family owned and operated, 2851 3rd Avenue in Huntington. Visit chapmans-mortuary.com. As the weather cools, bugs may disappear from your windshield, but fall brings plenty of new challenges. Leaves, dirt, and dust. They can pile up on your car, while allergens and debris sneak inside, making your ride less fresh. Don't let fall get the best of your car. Stop by Thoroughbred Express this month for our seasonal specials. We'll wash away the leaves, dirt, and dust inside and out, keeping your car clean, allergy-free, and ready for the season ahead. Join the winter circle with Thoroughbred Express. Head to thoroughbredexpress.com for all the details.
Tomcat football action on 97.9 The River.
28-0 Johnson Central starting the fourth quarter. as they start 2nd and 9 on the Ashland 19, and they're going to go to Bryson Music, number 16, again around the right side. Keeps his feet moving at the line, and Ben Ream drags him down after he gains 2 or 3.
Number 16, Bryson Music on the carry, gain of 2 yards on the play.
So Music now makes it 3rd and 7 for the Golden Eagles on the Ashland 14-yard line. And you know they're going to go for the dagger here. They get a scored an extra point. It will be a running clock as Ashland trails 28-0 with 11:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Sloan comes out at quarterback, that's going to be he's going with the broken bone, 2 wings on each side and a wide out to the left. And they're going to send around the left side. They're going to give it to Perry on a reverse, and he's going to run it into the end zone from 12 yards out, untouched actually, as he gets the touchdown for the Golden Eagles. And that makes it 34-0. An extra point will make this a running clock. Johnson Central just coming in, clicking on all cylinders tonight, here with 11:10 to go in the fourth quarter. So now number 90, Bentley, to come in and kick the PAT. As Perry right around 140 rushing yards on the night. As Bentley, they snap it, and the kick's up, and it's going to go through. Running clock we have, 11:10 to go, fourth quarter. It's 35-0. Johnson Central leading the Tomcats here at Jim Matney Field. We'll be right back here on 97.9 The River.
Tune in each Sunday at noon and 10 p.m. for the Cowsills Chronicles. Our own Mike Kirtner hosts an in-depth discussion with Bob, Susan, and Paul of the Cowsills. Listen to stories about what shaped the band, their personal experiences, and the music of the rock and roll generation. It's the Cowsills Chronicles each Sunday at noon and 10 p.m. only on 97.9 The River and online at 979theriver.com.
Looking for something more from your personal checking account? Then one of our new Community Trust Advantage checking accounts might be right for you. Our Advantage checking accounts offer great features such as ID Protect, roadside assistance, cell phone protection, travel and leisure discounts, and shopping rewards, which makes it easier for you to save money on everyday purchases. Learn more at ctbi.com. Get more out of your checking. Open an account today. Our friendly, professional staff at one of our many branches will be happy to assist you.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Ashland trailing 35-0. A running clock situation now in the fourth. Johnson Central to kick it back to the 10, and it'll be taken by Tanner Woodman. He goes 20, close to the 25, where Ashland will start with it. So Tanner Woodman on the return, and the clock moving. Ashland trailing 35-0. 10:45 to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, Johnson Central winning, certainly not unrealistic. I don't think a lot of people expected this to happen, as they have a 35-0 lead right now over the Tomcats with 10:32 to go here in the fourth. And they're going to come out on offense, as they'll have, he's back there, Hughes back at where Tomcats going to the wishbone now, as that's going to be McCoy and Simpkins at the tailback positions, and it looks like Rade Rucker at fullback. They're going to give it to Simpkins, and he's going to get dragged down before he can even get back to the line. A loss of about 1 or 2. So Brody Simpkins gets dragged down in the backfield on his fourth carry, as it's 9:55 to go in the fourth. 35-0 Johnson Central over Ashland. So 2nd and 11 coming up for Johnson, for 2nd and 11 coming up for Ashland, as that clock continues to run. Of course, well, it's a run play, but they trail 35-0 right now. Tomcats back to the bone. Hughes in at quarterback, as they have number 34, McCoy, back there, and Simpkins. It's handed off. Ashland goes up the middle. And they're not going to get anywhere. They get back to the line maybe. I believe that was McCoy. Or no, Ashland fumbled. I thought, and then recovered. So it was just third and 12 coming up for the Tomcats on their own. So I didn't notice the fumble. Didn't seem really an aggressive push for it, but Tomcats still have it 3rd and 12 on their own 23. They need to get Pat to their own 35 to get the first down. 2 wideouts to each side. Shotgun Hughes in the backfield. It's snapped. Hughes is going to roll out left. He's looking downfield, not open. He's going to try to roll out and break away from the pressure, and he gets drugged down in the backfield. Loss of 2. So now Ashland coming out to punt. I have Ashland. Let's see. 29. I have Ashland at 8 yards on the ground right now. 8:08 to go in the fourth quarter, and only 16 through the air. So 24 yards total for the Tomcats. 4th and 4 as Mason Wolf comes in to punt. He's lined up about the 10. It's a high punt, goes to the 40, 45, 50, lands and rolls back to about the 30-yard line of John. Still rolling about the 27-yard line of Johnson Central. And it's down by number 17, Logan Kinzer, the sophomore. So the Tomcats, okay, had a good punt at least. About the only thing tonight that's gone our way. Johnson Central's played a nice game, though. They've played some good ball, as they'll have it 1st and 10 starting out. The clock continuing to run, 7:22 right now in the fourth. And they'll come out. Sloan bringing in the play. And he's going to break, as that'll be broken bone formation. That's Morrow in the backfield. Bryson Music on the left side at the wing position. And Perry on the right side at the wing. 1st and 10 Johnson Central. Ashland in a 5-man front. Backer's been playing way back tonight. As it's handed off to Morrow, he's going to get 3, 4. Continue to move the pile is Morrow. 5. Just when I think he's going to go down, he continues to get a couple more. Morrow now up to about. See the spot. That's a gain of. I'm sorry, that's number 7. That's Colin Cantrell that's carried it. Cantrell, he played some good minutes for Johnson. Provided some good minutes this year in the absence of Morrow, and he gained 6. So it's 35-0 midway through the fourth. Johnson Central in the lead, a running clock, and they're in cruise control. No rush at all. They're running every second they can. Up to the line, they go broken bone, wing on each side, and go back to Cantrell again. He's going to get 3. We may not see Morrow return. So, injury. So, tackle by Newman and Simpkins on the play. 3rd and 1 now coming up for Johnson Central on their own 36 as they trail Ashland, or they lead Ashland 35-0 coming up here in the fourth quarter. Now in clock control, 5:25 to go. Running clock situation. As the Golden Eagles lead 35-0. They go back to the wishbone. 3 backs. Tight end on each side. Sloan at quarterback. He's milking every second of that play clock he can. Of course, you can't blame him. He fakes it to the first back, hands it off to the second back. Bryson Music gets up to the 45-50 and passes about to the 48-yard line of Ashland. Bryson Music with his longest carry of the game at 16 yards. Johnson Central approaching 20 first downs on the ground. Now, as Ellis gets the tackle, and it's 1st and 10, Johnson Central from the Ashland 48. With 4:40 to go, they lead 35-0 here in the fourth quarter. As they're going to go back to the broken bone formation, flex bone, 2 wings behind a wing behind each tight end, and a fullback. And Cantrell Sloan standing behind the center, watching the play clock go down. 4:20 to go here in the fourth. He now goes under and hands it off to Cantrell up the middle, who's going to gain 1 or 2. So Cantrell now, his third carry here in the fourth. It's going to be 2nd and 9, Johnson Central, with 4:02 to go in the fourth. As McCoy gets the tackle, but so Johnson Central likely just needs to get a first down to seal the district championship, as it'll be 2nd and 9 on the 47-yard line of Ashland. And it's been all Golden Eagles tonight. Two guys over 100 yards, Perry and Music. Logan Morrow darn close at 88. They go back to the wishbone, tight end each side, 3 backs. As Sloan just standing up under center, waiting for that clock to go down. Now he's going to hand it off. They go to Cantrell. They fake it to Cantrell, and they give it to the second back through.
Number 49.
And that is going to be number 49, Brandon Daniels, the sophomore, with it. So Daniels will make it 3rd and 4 for Johnson Central as they lead Ashland 35-0 with 3:03 to go here in the fourth. They'll have it 3rd and 4 from the 43-yard line of the Tomcats. So now it'll be 2:40 to go here in this one as they come out in the flex bone, 2 wings, a wing behind each tight end, and they're going to go to Cantrell up the middle at fullback. He's going to get 1 or 2. Move the pile, though. It'll be 4th down and about 2 for Johnson Center. Cantrell actually gets about 3, so that's going to make it 4th and 2. 4th and about 1.5 with just over 2 minutes to go. A first down will seal this one for Johnson Central. Of course, it won't matter too much. We're in a running clock situation. Sloan coming out now as Johnson Central just 3-yard at Ashland to no end. They got some good runs tonight, but that ground game, they did what they do, controlling the clock as they're coming out now in the broken bone, the flex bone, a wing behind each tight end and a fullback, 4th and 1.5 for the Golden Eagles, under 2 to go. Sloan under center, running the clock down. Now he's going to go, and he hands it off to Cantrell, who gets the first down and seals the district championship for the Golden Eagles. So that's Cantrell's 5th carry. So 17 yards on the ground for him in the 4th. And again, probably getting some carries out of appreciation for the load he carried earlier this year in the absence of Morrow. As the Eagles coming out now in victory formation. As with 1:11 to go here in the 4th quarter, they lead Ashland 35-0. As Sloan will take the snap from under center. Sloan letting the clock one down. Now he's going to take the snap. He goes down. Takes a knee. So now 2nd and 10 coming up for Johnson Central. Well, they're going to have one more play, and that will do it for them. So 2nd and 11 coming up for the Golden Eagles. So Sloan in victory formation. The Eagles who ran for over 300 yards. He takes a knee, and that's going to do it. So Johnson Central will defeat Ashland 35-0 to win the district championship. They will get the 1 seed at home in the first round. They're guaranteed at least 2 playoff games at home. The rest of that will depend on how the RPI shakes out. For Ashland, even though a tough defeat, but they will still be guaranteed 1 home playoff game as a number 2 seed. And would go on the road should they win round 1, and if they win round 2, it would depend on the RPI. The team's shaking hands now, and we are going to take a break here and come back. Johnson Central with a 35-0 win at home over Ashland here on 97.9 The River.
Tired of seeing those dings, dents, and scratches on your car? Then you need to see McLeod's Body Shop, your trusted partner for all things auto repair and restoration for 45 years. At McLeod's Body Shop, they're not just in the business of fixing cars, they're in the business of turning heads. Their team of skilled technicians are dedicated to bringing your vehicle back to its prime, no matter the make or model. From minor touch-ups to major overhauls, McLeod's Body Shop has you covered. McLeod's Body Shop says, go Tomcats.
Primary Plus is invested in your health and invested in the health of our communities. With over 14 primary care locations throughout our network, including locations in Ashland, Grayson, South Shore, Vanceburg, and Moorhead, we are more than just a healthcare provider. We are a doctor in the family, caring for every stage of life, including pediatrics, women's health, primary care, mental health, and on-site pharmacies that are open with affordable pricing and exceptional service. Primary Plus is always welcoming new patients. Visit primaryplus.net to learn more about our mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care.
Looking for a secure savings account? Come to Desco Federal Credit Union and explore our latest offers. With great rates and top-of-the-line personnel, Desco insures your money for at least $1 million. Relax and put your money where you know it's safe and growing. Desco Federal Credit Union is located at 1211 Carter Avenue and other locations in Ohio and West Virginia. Stop in or go online. An account at Desco is just what you need. DescoFCU.org.
Giovanni's has great Italian dishes. Spaghetti with meat sauce, lasagna, ravioli, manicotti, and baked lasagna. Giovanni's has the best sandwiches around, from the stromboli, Italian sub, calzones, and their signature Big Red. All dinners will be served with hot garlic bread or Italian rolls. Giovanni's Pizza, fresh, hot, and tasty. Have it delivered right to your door. Giovanni's, the Italian place to be.
You're listening to Ashland Tomcat football on 97.9 The
River. We're back here on 97.9 The River as Johnson Central defeats Ashland 35-0 here at Jim Natney Field. It was all Johnson Central, felt like, start to finish. The Golden Eagles came out, scored on the first drive of the game in 7 plays, went all the way 80 yards to score on a Braxton Perry 4-yard run. Ashland would get the ball, would go 3 and out, punt it to Johnson Central, would pick up a defensive stop, but would get the ball back and again struggle to move the football, would be forced to punt. Johnson Central would get another drive going, and Logan Morrow would score on a 19-yard run to put Johnson Central up 14-0. Meanwhile, Ashland again would start to get a little bit of momentum going into the second quarter, moving the football a little bit, but again struggled to get it past midfield as Johnson Central would force another stop. Ashland would take over and drive to score to go up 21-0. A long drive that took about 7 minutes off the clock in the second as Ashland would go ahead, or they would go ahead of Ashland. And going into halftime, that would be the score. Ashland again would struggle to move the football. Meanwhile, starting the second half, the Tomcats would have the football, but they would put in Tanner Stutler at quarterback, but struggled to move it again, would be forced to punt. Johnson Central would have it, go down the field, and score to go up 28-0 on a long drive. And it was the same thing the rest of the game as Johnson Central would get the running clock to start the fourth quarter and put Ashland away for this one to win the district championship in 4A. So the Golden Eagles now will have the 1 seed in the playoffs coming up. They will have a bye week next week. They'll have an off week as they will improve. They improved to an undefeated season this year, going 10-0. They had their first one. Their first one was in 2000. Ironically, their head coach Jesse Peck a part of that team. And meanwhile, the Tomcats right now will fall to 6-3 and will have a home game coming up next week against Lexington Catholic. We're going to take a break and come back as Coach Kacken addressing the team, and probably won't get him up here tonight, but we'll come back. We'll run through some stats here on 97.9 The River.
When the game is on the line, you need reliability and your trusted Toyota dealer. Drive home a winner with Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or online at toyotaofashland.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Join Jose Andreas and Marshall University President Brad D. Smith Wednesday, October the 29th at the Joan C. Edwards Playhouse for a thought-provoking conversation with a celebrity chef, author, and internationally recognized humanitarian and co-creator of World's Central Kitchen. For tickets, call Marshall Artist Series at 304-696-6656 or Ticketmaster.com. This event proudly sponsored by Kendra Communications.
Our Kendra Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Papa John's in Gallipolis, serving Gallipolis and Point Pleasant. Call 740-578-3060. John Sang Ford, 195 Upper River Road in Gallipolis. Because life's an adventure, let's drive it together. Visit johnsang.com and the award-winning Buckeye Hills Career Center in Rio Grande, Ohio. Learn more about available programs at buckeyehills.com.
Leaves and interest rates are falling at the gorgeous Cardinal Chevrolet here in Hurricane. All new Silverado trucks, 2.9% financing for 72 months or up to $10,000 off. Plus Blazers up to $6,000 off. Traverse over $5,500 off. Trax $3,000 off. All with up to 125% of KBB value for your trade. New ownership, improved processes, better deals. Better deals. The bow tie needs a better buy. Shop CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive. See dealer for details.
Drive home a winner all season long with your trusted Toyota dealer, Toyota of Ashland. Visit them at 3503 Winchester Avenue, Ashland, Kentucky. Give them a call at 606-744-2727 or visit them at toyotaofashland.com. They look forward to seeing you soon.
Big Buck Country 101.5 is giving you a chance to see Country Music Legends Alabama. You can register now at any of our giveaway locations. Home Builder Supply, Frank's Place, The Human Being, Bobby G's, Kentucky Bluebird Grill and Pub, Thomas Dewitt Center, OBS Collision, Patriot Reynolds and Supply, Braden CDJR, and Classic Liquors. Each location will have its own winner with drawings on November 7th. Don't miss your shot to see Alabama live. Brought to you by Big Buck Country 101.5 and Kendra Communications.
Life. What is life? Life is a collection of moments. Moments that stay with you a lifetime. Make those memories and moments happen at CF Rushline Jewelers with our complete line of Gabriel & Company diamond rings, engagement rings, and wedding bands. CF Rushline Jewelers is your place to make those life moments happen. Visit CF Rushline Jewelers at 947 3rd Avenue in Huntington, across from Pullman Square, or visit online at cfrjewelers.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535.
Tune in each Sunday at noon and 10 p.m. for the Cowsills Chronicles.
Football action on 97.9 The River.
We're back. Johnson Central picks a 35-0 win up over the Tomcats to win the district and will go on to play in the first round of the playoffs as the number 1 seed, as they will be guaranteed at least 2 home playoff games coming up. The rest will depend on the RPI. Of course, if you're Johnson Central, they're ranked number 2 in 4A right now in that. They have been number 1 a couple times this year, so that will be interesting to see how that plays out. For Ashland, it's a disappointing loss, but not all bad. They will have a first-round home playoff game coming up, and the rest will depend on how everything plays out, of course, on that front. But the Tomcats 6-3 right now, and will have a tough battle against Lexington Catholic next week at home, as the Tomcats will go against a very good Lexington Catholic team, and some interesting ties there too, which we'll go into on Lexington Catholic. But Johnson Central just came in and took command of the game start to finish tonight. The difference, in my opinion, was mental more than it was physical. Johnson Central just looked way more mentally focused tonight on the task at hand compared to Ashland, as they came in and took charge from the from the beginning, opening up on an 80-yard drive on 7 plays, as Logan Music finished the game with 113 yards on 13 carries for the Golden Eagles, including a 48-yard run in the second half. Braxton Perry would lead the way for them as he made his return tonight, 138 yards for him on 11 carries. And for Johnson Central, also Logan Morrow, who ran for 100 yards on the Tomcats a couple of seasons ago. Morrow would pick up 88 tonight on 14 carries, actually led the Golden Eagles in carries against Ashland. And again, just right up the gut, just picked up some yards. And I felt like the Golden Eagles found a lot of hidden yardage tonight. When Ashland had them wrapped up, they would find a way to keep their feet driving and would find an extra yard or two to get to plunge forward and maybe get an extra first down, or maybe instead of getting tackled at the line, they get 4 yards on that. But both Perry and Music tonight for the Golden Eagles surpassed 1,000 yards on the year. Ashland just couldn't get anything going on the offensive front. I have them unofficially, take note, I have them at 9. I have them at 8 yards on the ground. Cam Davis had 22. Davis, who went down just before halftime looked like he was cramping up, but when Ashland trailed 21-0 before halftime, Davis would go down with an injury, and he did not return for the rest of the game. Meanwhile, through the air, Ashland was between Stutler and Hughes, a combined 2 for 8 on that front. Davis had a reception for 6 yards. Wolf had a reception for 10. So just not much going for the Tomcats tonight. That's all I can really say. I have them at 3 sacks for the Golden Eagles, and again, both teams in the top 10 in 4A in sacks. Johnson Central did not throw a single time tonight, however. Ashland threw several, but the Golden Eagles did a good job getting their pressure back. They didn't rush a lot. They ran a couple delayed blitzes against Ashland to try to slow them down, but it wasn't so much the blitz that caused problems for the Tomcats. Just think of that. There's just some confusion reading the coverages, and a couple times they had a drop pass on 4th down that hurt in the first half. But of course, Johnson Central came in defensively and just were focused and did a lot of work in the film room for sure, you can tell. But there's not a lot to say really with this one. The Golden Eagles will walk away with a 35-0 victory over the Tomcats, and will have the home field advantage for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, as they are the winners in 4A District 6. Meanwhile, we'll be paired with 4A District 5, which the 1 seed in that will be Highlands, and the 2 seed will be Covington Catholic. Highlands, who moved into their sister district from 5A last season and has been in contention for the state championship in 5A. At times has been ranked number 1 this year in 4A. So it will be a likely road trip to Highlands in the second round if projected for the Tomcats. But again, a lot of good can happen. This team, they've shown some bright spots this year. They'll have a tough game next week. They'll just have to get recharged and refocused against Lexington Catholic, as the next game coming up for the Tomcats will be Friday night. They'll be back at Putnam Stadium to play at 7:30 against Lexington Catholic. And meanwhile, for Johnson Central, they will be off next week. They're finishing the season 10-0 before the first round of the playoffs, which they will host at home as the number 1 seed. Ashland, though, who will still get the opportunity as the 2 seed this year. But we wanted to say thank you for tuning in and watching. And again, be sure tomorrow to check out in Ashland at Putnam Stadium will be the live celebration for Dickie Martin. To me, my good friend. We love him. We'll always love him. And announcing, he's Jordan. He's the best ever, in my opinion. He is fantastic at what he did. But he's an even better person and will certainly be missed in this life. And we be sure to come out. It will be 11-2 tomorrow at Putnam Stadium. And be sure to wear maroon if you can in support of the Tomcats. But we want to say thank you all. We want to say thank you to Lowell Austin for his work on the switchboard tonight. We want to say thank you to the Ashland coaches, Coach Tackett and the staff for their preparation. And we look forward to the next week, Putnam Stadium. It'll be Ashland and Lexington Catholic. Johnson Central defeats the Tomcats 35-0 here for the district championship in 4A District 6 at Jim Matney Field. We want to say good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. God bless. See you next time.